This week we are following Aurora, the name given to her by you guys, formerly known as Little Brown. She's settled in really well, and after a bit of lunge work, we thought it's ready and it's time for Tash to get on. But like Nova, she had a few tricks up her sleeve. Let's show you all how it unfolded.
Okay, so I'm feeling, just making sure, are you cool with me getting on? She was not cool with me getting on. She's real little internalizer, this little mare. And she, we take her to this bit, and then she really doesn't like being confined in that space. So sometimes if I have a horse that just moves when you get on, that doesn't care about pressure, you can kind of pin them against the wall, and then that kind of works out okay. This did not work for this mare. She did not like the idea of being pinned. She did not like the idea of that. So we get Phil, my white knight in shining armour, to come and hold. I've broken in a lot of horses in my time, not that she needs to be broken in, but it feels like a breakup. That's what I'm patting all around the saddle. I'm patting, big movements, moving the saddle, so she's all cool with that, cool with body weight, just to make sure she doesn't freak out. There's nothing worse when you swing your leg over and the horse gallops away. So it's like, hey, little lady, everything's gonna be okay. And remember, these horses are bred to run. They're bred to race. So when she feels uncertain or feels uncomfortable or feels not sure, her instinct is to gallop. And that has to go away as a dressage horse. Dressage horses don't gallop. They just don't. They have to handle pressure, whatever that pressure looks like. And all the pressure is I'm saying, hey, little lady, can you just let me control both sides of your body and let me have both sides of you? And to this little lady, she goes, absolutely not. So I'm going, okay, guys, this probably isn't going to work. And we're getting some rears now. She does not like, she's not like, and you can see there's loops in my reins. I'm not pulling her head down or doing anything untoward. I just want her to travel like a dressage horse into my reins. And I'm so used to being able to control the horse underneath me. I want to control the shoulders. I want to control the hind legs. I want to be able to package that up. And she's like, whoa, this is crazy town, crazy town. I'm not used to this posture. I'm not used to any of this. And I'm like, whoa, okay. And it's there's a lot of stuff racing through my head going, okay, well, what should I do? I've got to give her my reins. And then I got off and I went, okay, are you cool if I ask you to yield? Because that's what I'm asking when I'm on her back. I've got my inside leg on and I'm saying, hey, don't pull into my leg, yield off my leg. And you can see that scares her a lot. She's feeling a lot of pressure for me saying, hey, can you move over? Hey, can you move over? Hey, can you move over? So she's good girl. She's such a good girl. But she does want to trust, and she does want to breathe, and she does want to relax and let go. Good girl. But she is very flighty. Like if we move in the wrong way or someone sticks their head over the wall of the arena, she wants to run.
Good girl. Good girl. Good girl. Good girl. Good. Good girl. Fine.
So there, she's a really good girl.
Oh.
Now she's, but she has to learn to stand. That's been her biggest thing. Will she just stand without me asking her to do anything? And she doesn't love that.
Good
she thinks
girl.
She should go run.
Good girl. Oh. Good girl. Good girl. Good girl.
Yeah, she actually doesn't change her face at all.
So you can see here, there she's fallen through my inside leg a little bit, but I can,
Oops.
well, I want to put my inside leg on, so I'm going, Phil.
It's the straightness that's causing, because I'm like, okay, I'm not going to touch her mouth. So I can get her forward without touching her mouth, but she falls in horrendously like this. So I'm letting her body go wherever her body wants to go. And the minute I say, I'm going to shape where your body wants to go, like, because what was that? She doesn't react to the contact on the lunge. So why this? It's like it's the pressure again. Like, I'm not asking anything. And we're going to have, like, I'm ready. She's going to rear. No, because if she rears, I don't know if I just need to get her to chill with the pressure. Yeah, it's just, I've never experienced, our young horses never do this. What they are on the lunge is what they are under saddle. But she'll never turn into a dressage horse if I can't. That is not pressure. I don't know, let's walk. Yeah, see, straight away, what's this reaction? Look at it. Look at her face.
Yeah, hey.
Do you agree? She's about to do something. And there's no pressure. Look at this. And like, even if I say, well, can you come round in halt like you do on the lunge? And she's like, no, I will rear on you if you ask me to do that. Like, look at that. I can't tell you how buttery I am. I am being so soft. Good girl. Good girl. She seems a bit calmer now. Yeah, well, she's not listening. Good girl. Good girl. Good girl. Well, now you are lunging her.
I think she's focusing on me, which is silly, but I don't know if that's a good starting point. And if she's going to do some circles. Good girl. Good.
And you can feel she's upset. You can feel her back's all tight. She's ready to gallop off or ready to rear. She's not happy. Good girl. Can you calm down? Relax. Relax. Just going to do this the whole time. Good girl. Good girl. We're okay. We're okay. Yeah. Good girl. Good.
So the whole time I'm being buttery soft, and the minute I put 1 mil or 1 gram of weight on her mouth, she throws her head up. And I don't know where that comes from, if that's the racing thing, but I need to get a positive reaction to my hands. I need to be able to mold her posture with my hands, and I need to be able to mold her body with my legs. That's what's going to turn her into a dressage horse. So this retraining of a thoroughbred is not so much can you get on them and walk, trot, canter, because we know we can, but can I have any influence on her body? Can I use my legs to influence her body? Can I use my fingers to influence her posture and do all of that stuff? So that's just what we're working on. And Phil, she's much more attuned to Phil. And that just helped her calm down. Phil was like her little anchor. So she could calm down and start to think about, if I'm not going to react violently or crazily and I'm not going to run, how will my body respond to my aids?
Good girl. Good girl. You and I are so in sync. You and I are so in sync. We know exactly what's going to happen. Yeah, we're getting there. Good girl. There we go. Good job, all of you. There you go. There you go. You can't write the script for this. It's just looking at the horse. I love that you and I both went at the exact same time, because you can just see it. Good girl. Yeah, and she's snorting. She has completely, I am happy. Good girl. Good girl. Good girl. Good girl. Good girl. I still call her Little Brown. Good girl. No, this is a good thing for today. Good. Yeah. You could probably do a little bit less every time.
So I'm just telling Phil he doesn't need to lunge me
Or just
as
stay
much,
still.
so he can stay still.
Good girl. I got you. Good girl. I got you. I'm so proud of you. Yes. And her back's completely, like she's lifting her back. She is doing. And she's letting me shape her, letting me touch her without a backwards reaction. Yeah. 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 Good girl. Good girl. Look at her. Oh, she's doing so well. And hold. Hold. Now we're going to get into trouble because I want to halt. Good girl. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. Whoa, stay. Hey. Okay, you can walk slowly with your hands out. Oh, she wants to. Hey.
Good girl.
You want to go to him?
Girl, come here. Hello.
Oh, you are funny.
Do you want to come and say
You
hello
are
to me? I wasn't sure what she was doing
funny.
there. Did she want to come over and say hi? I don't know.
It was pressure again. She was thinking of the
she was
rear.
thinking, and then she thought, oh no, I get rubs, I think at the
And can you give her the other bit of licorice? What? That is fun to work with, don't you think?
Yeah. Did you get it? Good girl. Good girl. That was a good little session, I think, that part just then.
And I'm happy to do that
I
for.
think we're going to have to do that for like a minimum of a week because it was still.
Depends how. Like if she does that another one time, probably then the second time I'll be like, let's trot,
Yeah.
and we'll have the same kind of argument.
Good girl. It's all right.
But she does need that guidance.
Yeah. Good.
So hopefully that's given you a little insight into how tricky and challenging sometimes training these horses can be. Obviously, I'm a little bit unaware of when I get on a horse how much I want to shape it and how much I want to have a reaction from my inside leg and an outside rein. Like, to not have a horse straight is like crazy to me. So when I ask the horse to go straight and I ask the horse to go into that really beautiful stretched, lift their back and into a dressage posture, she's never really done that ever before with a rider on her back. So we had a lot of like miscommunication and a lot of I don't understand what you're asking, and that's what all that stuff was at the start of the video. And I can't tell you how beautiful it is and how kind it is and how lovely it is when they connect with you. And it was a lot. She needed Phil to kind of think, oh, okay, I'm getting lunged again, and just to breathe. And like I said, when they start snorting, when they start breathing and they're just letting out all that tension in a really positive way, not in a I'm tense, let's gallop out the tension, but in a, oh, okay, I'm just gonna have to relax here and just let it flow. And you saw she was stretching more and more and more for the bit, and she was lifting her back more and more and more, and her walk went from this tight, jolty, awful walk to a beautiful, nice, fluid walk. And that's what turning them into dressage horses is all about. And like I said in the video, I really enjoyed working with Phil and working with her and having that reaction. And it's going to be slow. We're going to have to do that. We're only on one side walking. We still have to do the other side walking, and then we need to try, and we're weeks away from cantering. Of course I can get on her tomorrow and canter her with her head in the air and her not using her back And I can do that for weeks and weeks and weeks and weeks, but that's not going to get me to where I want to go. She has to turn into a dressage horse. She has to learn to use her back. So it's going to take a really long time, longer than almost a breaker, because just of her previous history and her previous training is I have my head up and I run. And it's like, no, you don't. So it is a re-breaking process, because the feeling of having a rider on your back when you carry your rider and you lift your back is completely different. So trust that was useful, trust that was helpful. Comment below what you learned, what was interesting to you, and make sure to hit the subscribe button so you never miss an episode. And next week, stay tuned, where we will reveal what happens when I ask for Trot.